What's up? This is Joe.
And Finn.
And this is Top 5. We have decided to create this podcast because it gives us a variety of options to talk about and can be fun to focus on. This episode will be all about the month of February, and today we are interviewing Taylor about best candies to get on Valentine's Day, who will win the Super Bowl, best Super Bowl party foods, best activities to do at a Super Bowl party, what to get others for Valentine's, and the best Super Bowl commercials.
Valentine's Day originated as a Christian feast day honoring one or two early Christian martyrs named Saint Valentine, and through later folk traditions has become a significant cultural, religious, and commercial celebration of romance and love in many regions of the world. Valentine's Day also started to be celebrated around the 14th century. Valentine's Day is a great way to spend time with loved ones. Another thing we'll be talking about is the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is played once a year, where the two best teams from the NFL, one from the AFC and NFC conferences, face off and play each other for the Lombardi Trophy. This is a thing many people watch from all over the country. The first ever Super Bowl was played on January 15th, 1967.
Next, we will be talking with Taylor about our top 5s during the month of February.
Now we're going to begin ranking the best candies to receive on Valentine's Day. I'll start us off. At number 5, I have candy hearts. They look really nice. They're fun to get, but they don't taste good at all. At number 4, I got Milky Way. I don't know, they're pretty good. I like it. And then I got Twix at number 3. It's basically just Milky Way, but you got that cookie in there, so that's better. At number 2, you got Fun Dip, and I feel like Valentine's Day is like the only time where you really get Fun Dip because and Fun Dip's just great, it's fun. And then number 1, I got Skittles because Skittles are great. I don't know, get a bag of a bunch of them. Pride is my favorite. All right, I'm gonna give it to Joe now.
Okay, so at 5, I have the same thing as Finn, candy hearts. And then for 4, I have Twix because it's always a good little candy to get. 3, Fun Dip because it doesn't need to be above 3. It's not that good. At 2, I have Skittles because there's just so many flavors. Flavors are melting on your tongue. 1, I have Hershey Kiss because that's probably the best thing to get during Valentine's Day.
I think candy hearts at last. They don't taste good. They aren't the best.
It has Kiss in the name. It's part of it.
Any type of Reese's because the peanut butter, it's amazing. Skittles at 3 because it's probably one of the best candies. Hershey's at 2. This is one of the best times to get them because it's just chocolate, and chocolate's always good around Valentine's Day. And Fun Dip at number 1 because that's the only time you should get Fun Dip.
All right, next up, I'm going to go with, what you get other people for Valentine's Day, best things to get for other people. I'm starting it off at number 5 with the teddy bears. Pretty classic, but, not the best. At number 4, I got money because, money can buy everything, especially happiness. At number 3, I got flowers because flowers are a great way of showing appreciation. Number 2, I got a note because, you got to show people that you love them with a note. And at number 1, I got the chocolate. You get them the fancy box with all the different types, and they end up eating like 4 of them, and the rest are like these weird flavors. But still, it's really cool,
Okay, so for me, I have money at 5 because money is just not something to get around for other people during Valentine's Day. And then 4, I have stuffed animals. That's a perfect little gift. 3, flowers, the classic. And then 2, a little good note, giving that significant other a reminder that you love them. And then,
If you had one.
If you have one, that's true. And then 1, candy or chocolate, because we can all agree that's probably the best thing to get for somebody.
For me, I have 5 because, I mean, you shouldn't show people that you love them with money.
Yes, you should.
I have notes at 4 because notes are a great way of showing people that you love them if you write a beautiful note. 3, stuffed animals. They are just the best thing to give around the holidays, especially the Valentine's holiday. Flowers, that's another way of showing that you love them a lot. And candy and chocolate because chocolate is the best.
All right, I think next up we're going to get into the whole Super Bowl zone. We're going to start off with the best foods. And I'll start here. At number 5, I got soda. Now, I know it's not exactly a food, but there's not that much stuff in sodas. You know, sodas, shut up, Joe. Soda is a great part of, a Super Bowl party. At number 4, I get the cake, okay? You always got to have a cake at a Super Bowl party, You have the football and stuff iced onto it. Looks nice. And at number 3, I got chips and dip. Always a great one. Just a nice, easy thing to snack on. At number 2, I got wings. You always want to get the spicy wings. Those are great. And at number 1, I got pizza. To be honest, wings and pizza are kind of hard to, pick between, but I think pizza might score number 1 for me. Hand off to Joe now.
I just have to say one thing. I don't know how soda classifies as food, but, I'm just saying. All right, anyway. 5, I have cake or cupcakes. Great dessert to have for a party. 4, I have salsa and chips. It's a classic. You have to go with it. It's at almost every party you go to. 3, I have pizza. It's a great, simple food that a lot of people can all share. 2, I have wings. Because, hot wings, barbecue wings, anything. Those are great along with pizza, but, you need the wings with the pizza. And then 1, I have chicken wing dip. I've had that in, almost every party food that we have at number 1, so just keep it there.
So I also have soda 5th because, it's a great thing to have at a party. I know it's not a food, but, it's probably one of the best things to have at a party. Cake at 4 because, just like Finn said, it's just the best dessert, obviously.
Facts.
And the top 3, I have the same, answer for all of them. They all just have to be at a party. They all have to be at a party. At 3, I have wings, 2, chips and dip, and 1, pizza.
All right, I think we're going to start off the next one. We're going to do Super Bowl activities. And I'm going to start off my number 5 with board games. Now, I don't normally do board games. Some people do it. I guess it's a fine activity. I'm not sure I would, to be honest, play board games during the Super Bowl. I'd probably be watching, but I guess it's cool. And then at number 4, I got playing football. It's always fun, go outside and mess around with your friends, family, whoever you're there with. Always great. At number 3, I got playing Madden on there, especially commercial breaks or just, in between areas. That's where you play Madden. Bonus points if you're, reenacting the Super Bowl while it's happening. That's what I do. Kind of boring, but it's pretty fun. Number 2, I got betting on the Super Bowl because, you got to do a little bit of gambling or else it isn't a football game, am I right? And at number 1, I just got watching it, It's not really an activity, but you have to watch the Super Bowl. It's the only thing that you can be doing on February 12th. Okay, I'm handing it off to Joe now.
Okay, so my thing is pretty much the same as Finn. 5, I have board games. Great little activity you can do leading up to the Super Bowl and that time you wait. 4, I have playing football because I know it might seem like a lot of people play football before the Super Bowl. 3, I have Madden because that's really what you do over playing football. You go on your video games, play Madden. Like Finn said, recreate the Super Bowl. That's always fun. 2, I have betting because who doesn't want to place bets with family and friends about who's going to win something, maybe win some money from it. And then 1, I have watching the Super Bowl, the most important part of the whole day on February 12th. Like Finn said, you have to watch the Super Bowl. What are you going to do at a Super Bowl party besides that,
So my 5 is at 5, I have board games. Yeah, Monopoly, just leading up to the Super Bowl, wasting all that time, having a fun game, that's fun.
Facts.
Playing football, I have at 4, because, why wouldn't you just want to go outside and absolutely hit your brother with a absolute, just shoulder through the chest?
On God.
Playing Madden, obviously, you got to beat your brother right before the Super Bowl. Show him which team's going to win.
Sibling rivalry is crazy.
Exactly.
All right.
And then you got to bet. You got to get money from your dad. That's what you got to do. And watching the Super Bowl at number 1.
I mean, I guess, yeah. It's a pretty good list. But I guess now we should rank the ads, Super Bowl ads. And, I'm going to start number 5 with avocados from Mexico, It's a great ad, but, it's not that special. For number 4, I got Little Caesars. The ads are normally pretty funny, not too long, so it's pretty nice. And number 3, I got the Doritos ads. Those are always really funny, and, gotta love Doritos. Number 2 is going to the State Farm ads, but specifically because it's the Super Bowl. It's the ads with Patrick Mahomes in them. Especially that one, they had that State Farm ad, Patrick Mahomes in the bathtub. It was really funny, And then at number 1, I got Geico, the classic, the best ad. That gecko just never gets old. It's like...
Gecko.
Oh,
Guys, you just said gecko. That's the disrespect right there. Okay.
The lizard is a gecko. Its name is... It's a Geico gecko. It is a gecko.
All right. So at 5, I have Little Caesars. Semi-plain. I couldn't think of any other commercial. But like Finn said, they can always be funny. They're on and off all the time. 4, I have Geico. What'd you say?
No.
Geeko? Gecko.
The company is Geico, but the lizard is a gecko.
Okay. I got Geico. And then 3, I have State Farm ads. Feet Patrick Mahomes. Best ads out there. 2, avocados from Mexico. That little saying at the end really puts that spark on the commercial. And then 1, the Doritos. There's just so many funny commercials on it. So many varieties of that.
At my 5, I have Little Caesars. I mean, it's a good pizza place. Their ads are always good. Next, I have avocados from Mexico. That's not so much a commercial that's funny. It's more that it's just a joke with everybody. I have Geico next because Geico is just all those celebrities. It's too good. State Farm, Aaron Rodgers, and Patrick Mahomes. I mean, you gotta have that in the top, and then Doritos, the crunchiness, the commercials that they always have when they have that after the crunch. It's funny.
All right, that's a respectable list. Now I'm going to start off with the top 5 teams that are going to win the Super Bowl, okay? Now I'm going to start off with the most likely. Yeah, this is going to bring some real heat. And at number 5, I get the Philadelphia Eagles. And all these people have it so much higher. Joe's freaking out right now. But here's the thing. I think it's going to be a repeat of last time. I think Jalen Hurts is going to get injured or something last minute. Except instead of the whole Philly play and building a statue of Nick Foles, Gardner Minshew is just going to choke the entire time. I don't think you're going to make it anywhere. At number 4, I got the Kansas City Chiefs. They've had their chance. I don't want them to go to the Super Bowl again. I think they're going to lose to the Bills or the Bengals in the playoffs. They're not going to get the AFC title this year. At number 3, I got the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, they're doing really good. I just don't think that they're the kings of the AFC right now. Number 2, I got the 49ers. No one thought they were going to shape up this much at the beginning of the season. I don't think they're definitely kind of underdogs just because of Brock Purdy. It's really nice to see, Mr. Irrelevant become relevant. He's doing such a great job with this whole thing, and I'm excited to see. I think they're going to, make it to the Super Bowl. I think the 49ers are going to do it. And at number 1, I got the Buffalo Bills. They are just the team.
Classic Buffalo Bills fan right there.
Yep. No. I am a Buffalo Bills fan. I'm not afraid to admit it. But you can't. Josh Allen's gonna win it this time. They're not gonna blow it this time.
They've said this for the past how many years, Taylor? 7 years, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's been 7 years.
I think so.
Anyway, at 5, I have Kansas City. Never doubt Patrick Mahomes out of anything. I did not put the Buccaneers in this list, so everybody could be like Tom Brady this, Tom Brady that. But, Patrick Mahomes, can't doubt the guy. 4, Bengals. Revenge season. Think about it. Joe Burr is coming for that championship, bro. The Lombardi trophy is going to be his. 3, I have 49ers. As Finn said, Brock Purdy is coming relevant. He's not irrelevant anymore. He's coming towards the top. 2, Buffalo Bills. I have to give them some respect. They're doing really good this season, but I don't think they're going to pull this off. Like always, they always say they're going to win the Super Bowl every start of the year. Doesn't really happen. And then 1, since I'm an Eagles fan, it has to be the Eagles. The most successful record we have ever had. We're just going to bring it to the Super Bowl, show what we got, like when we did against the Patriots.
All right, so I don't have my team in here, the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, we all know that they're
Thank
choking.
you. Thank
that
you
we're
for
that,
from
that we're
refraining.
choking in the first round. We
Yes.
already know that.
First round.
We know that.
Although I don't want Tom Brady to win. I don't think you're making it.
I have Eagles at number 5 because I mean, just like the Cowboys, they're gonna choke.
Yep.
49ers.
Yep.
Mr. Irrelevant is still irrelevant.
No.
Just think about it this way. He is doing better than Trey Lance could have, and Trey Lance was 3rd overall pick. I think
All right,
that
maybe.
he's doing phenomenal.
Maybe, but I mean, he does have a really good team surrounding him. The Chiefs, I feel like they have a shot, not as much as they did in the past couple of years losing Tyreek Hill, but they still have a pretty good shot. The Bengals, yeah, just like Joe said, Joe Barry's coming for it. He is coming for it. And the Bills, I mean, they are just a phenomenal team, and also with the tragedy that has happened in a couple of weeks, they have some just power. They're gonna come for it. It's going to be for him.
That's another way I'm looking at it. It's not just raw how good your team is. The Bills are balanced and they have really high morale, and Josh Allen's and Stephon Diggs, they're so great at being able to rally their team and getting it to
Yeah.
Overrated.
No, we're winning it.
No,
Josh Allen's
I'm
gonna
telling
lift
you.
the Lombardi Trophy.
I'm
It's
telling
gonna
you.
happen, Joe.
I'm telling you, it's either going to be the Bills or Bengals going.
I will not-
That's my
The
thought.
Bengals blew their chance and they don't get another one.
I won't doubt out Josh Allen. He's a great quarterback. I'll give him that.
Yeah, you're right. He is.
Stephon Diggs too.
Jalen Hurts is better though.
Jalen Hurts is not better.
Hey,
if they give
hey.
Jalen Hurts MVP, I'm going to
I'm
lose
telling you,
it.
Jalen Hurts is gonna blow out his knee again.
Yeah.
It might happen,
Come on.
but as a fan,
Gardner Minshew playoffs and Super Bowl. Please let it happen. Please let it happen.
he'll be like Nick Foles. He'll
No.
be like Nick
You're
Foles.
not building a statue to Gardner Minshew. He's gonna be the disappointment. You're not getting another Philly perfect touchdown play. And they're gonna build a statue. No, it's not happening. He is going to choke. Okay.
Hey, if the Eagles do go, I'm seeing the Falcons. What happened to them? Where they just choke in the Super Bowl,
Yep.
where Tom Brady comes back. But I'm telling you, Tom Brady's not going to be the one doing that.
No.
That's going to be either the Bills or the Bengals.
Yeah. I think you're right there. I think they're gonna choke. That completes our February rankings. Me and Joe will now be talking more in depth about the Super Bowl. Alright, so I guess now I'm just going to start off. I'm going to talk a little bit about the playoff picture as of right now. For the AFC wild cards, we got Bills against Dolphins, Bengals against the Baltimore Ravens, Jaguars against the LA Chargers. For the NFC, we've got San Francisco against Seattle Seahawks, the Vikings against the New York Giants, and Tampa Bay against the Dallas Cowboys. For the AFC 1 seed, they got the Kansas City Chiefs, and for the NFC 1 seed, there's the Philadelphia Eagles in there.
Eagles.
Yep. Now, I think for the wild cards, we can pretty safely say that the Bills are most likely going to overtake the Dolphins there. That's a given. And the Bengals are going to beat the Ravens. And the Chargers and the Jaguars might be a bit of a close one, but I really think that the Chargers are going to do it here. I think this might be their time, I think the Chargers might finally get somewhere here. And, I think that really, I don't think the Chiefs and the Bengals are going to have as much success as they did last year. And I think that Buffalo's really going to get all the way to the, AFC Championship this year, and I think they're going to take the title home. And for the NFC, San Francisco against Seattle, I think we can all just agree here that San Francisco's going to win. It's great to see Seattle even having a playoff appearance when they were predicted to do so horribly this season. But
Yep.
maybe a bit of that Russell Wilson trade helped them out. Definitely got the better end of that one, we can say. But Vikings against New York Giants. I think the New York Giants are going to win this one. It sounds crazy, but I really do, because I think that the Minnesota Vikings are so dependent on T.J. Hawkinson and Justin Jefferson, and I think they lack in defense, and I just don't see them, getting too far. And then Tampa Bay Buccaneers against Dallas Cowboys. I want to say the Dallas Cowboys are going to win, but sometimes they've really,
We all know that
failed
curse.
to perform. I think they might swing either way here. I really think that as much as I'd hate to see Tom Brady get anywhere in the playoffs, there
Tom
is a
Brady.
chance.
Yeah, it's Tom Brady.
There's always a chance. Tom's got a ring to replace. He's motivated, so he might get there. So, I mean, that's just the way I look at it. I mean, Joe, is there anything that you think would go differently there?
Okay, so I'll just start with the AFC right now. So Buffalo versus Dolphins. I think it'll be a little bit of a close game, but isn't Tua's out for the Dolphins?
Tua's
right?
out, and they're not starting Teddy Bridgewater because of a broken thumb. So it's going to be Skylar Thompson.
Yes.
He's starting. And I think in the start it's going to be close, kind of like with a lot of the games Buffalo has. It's just, they start off calm, pretty close. We're looking 14-14 in the first half, and then that's when it goes crazy and the Bills score.
Yeah, I'll give the Bills that game.
Yeah.
And then we got Bengals and Ravens. I don't really think the Bengals have any competition against the
No.
the Ravens.
Yep.
I don't think they stand a chance against the Bengals. And
Especially
then
Lamar out.
Jaguars versus Chargers. I think Jaguars might take that one. Actually, I'm gonna have a little bit of upset there, and Jaguars are just gonna show up and win that game.
I really think the Chargers are an underrated team, and I do. Everyone's going to disagree with me on this because I know a lot of people really think that Trevor Lawrence is underrated, but I do think Justin Herbert's better than Trevor Lawrence.
I think he is too. I agree
with
you on that one.
Okay. There's actually a surprisingly high amount of people who think Trevor Lawrence is a bit better, but and then of course Austin Eckler's great, and I'm blanking on the name of the Chargers receiver they got. Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
They got Keenan Allen, yep, and a defense that, it works. So I think they'll get the upper hand here.
Okay, so then we got Kansas City versus the Buffalo Bills, and Buffalo beat them in the regular season, and Buffalo also has been in this position against Kansas City before. They're going to beat them again. Buffalo's going to go to the AFC Championship, and then you got Buffalo's not playing Kansas City first, right?
No, they are.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Yep.
Okay, so then, yeah.
That's a W for Buffalo right there.
And then I got the Bengals winning again. So the Bengals will win over the Jaguars. And then they will play Buffalo, which, I see Buffalo winning that game against the Bengals.
Yep.
And then we got San Francisco versus Seahawks.
No. Did you say Buffalo or Kansas City's winning? Because the winner of that's playing the Bengals.
Oh, Buffalo's winning that one.
Yeah. I think they got it this one.
Okay, and then we got the San Francisco and then Seattle.
Yep.
San Francisco's winning that game without a doubt. That's kind of obvious.
I have a good, I have it in good faith.
Giants versus the Vikings. I think the Giants can pull that one off, like Finn said.
Yep.
And then Tampa versus Dallas. Dallas always got that curse, but I mean, Tom Brady, I would never doubt him out, so I'm just going to put the Buccaneers there.
I would doubt Tom Brady.
He is a little bit washed right now.
A little. But, yeah.
Okay, and then Eagles versus the 49ers, right? I think it'll be a tough game, but as an Eagles fan, I'm going to have to put the Eagles over them. And then you got the Giants versus the Buccaneers. I'm going to say, you know what? Giants are going to come to play this playoff season. Just make it a little bit farther, and it will be Eagles versus the Giants. Eagles are going to pull away, and it will be Bills versus Eagles Super Bowl. And then, Finn, I'm going to let you pick the winner of that. But.
I mean, I'm just going to say here, I don't think that you got it right. Even though you're an Eagles fan and you're biased, I really have faith in San Francisco here. And, the fact that they don't have Jimmy Garoppolo, their star, he's already taken them to the bowl before. He's a veteran, a lot of experience. And he's a great quarterback, really underrated, but he's injured. He's out. Trey Lance, what was he, 3rd overall pick? I'm not sure if he was quite worth it, but, he's still a really solid backup quarterback, probably going to replace Jimmy G at some point. But, no, they have the last pick in the 2022 draft. They have Brock Purdy, and they're starting him. And I know that it's not hard to, get a ball into the end zone when you got George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, and Debo, but still. The fact that they're pulling all this off with the last pick in the draft is pretty amazing. And who knows, maybe the Eagles are going to have another, starting quarterback injury this playoffs,
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough fight during that game.
Yep.
And then for Eagles versus Bills Super Bowl, all right? Finn's a Bills fan.
Yep.
I'm an Eagles fan.
Yep.
But this is just on my part. Eagles, we're taking our second ever Super Bowl. We're winning this year. we're winning the whole thing.
No,
I might be a little bit biased, but, I got to root for my team.
it's going to the Bills, okay? It doesn't, it's going to the Bills, okay? And Josh Allen's going to lift up the Lombardi Trophy. It's happening. I'm dying to see it. If Josh Allen, let's see, maybe he'll make a rushing touchdown in the Super Bowl. That'd be pretty awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
My predictions are, I'm thinking Tre'Davious White's going to get, I think he's going to have one interception, I think, from Trey White. And I think that Stephon Diggs is going to get 2 touchdowns there. And Josh Allen's going to get 1 rushing. That's my prediction.
I for sure think it would be like a little bit of a high-scoring game there between the two teams.
Oh, yeah. This concludes our conversation.
February is a great month to spend time with friends and loved ones. Things that are usually done during the month are parties for the Super Bowl foods being prepared, Super Bowl commercials, activities to do at Super Bowl parties, receiving things for Valentine's Day, and giving thanks for Valentine's Day.
Thank you, Taylor, for taking some time with us today to talk about February. This is our final episode. Thank you for listening, and as always, signing off for now.